Hello, hello. Oh, I am a shiny Betty, a sweaty Betty, because it is getting warm out already here, but I still love having the windows open. So this is us. This is us. So good morning. Good morning, everybody. Oop, let me do that. Oh, I hit the wrong button already. Nope, there we go. I'm good. Annoying ASMR. I love your name because I can't even tick my little nails. I got no nails to tick. And Jenny B and Brooke and everybody who's kind of showing up. Nice to see you. You know what? I'm always thinking about like nervous system safety. I'm like, I don't need to plug in my phone. I have a 94% battery. It will be fine. So good morning, everybody. 7 a.m. Yeah, some of us get up early. Some of us want to get up early. Some of us have to get up early, but we're here. I am in, and actually if you noticed on some of these TikTok lives that I've done for people who have shown up before, I am in my office today, even though it is still nice out. But I am doing a bunch of coaching and consultations today, so I'm in my office. But it doesn't matter where I am. I see Annalisa Pixel Pitbull. Nice to see you. I'm here for you. I will be there for you. It's like the Good Morning Abbott Elementary. Nice to see you as well. And oh, I love the photos you shared. Thank you. I show up on TikTok for you. Frankly, if I wasn't here, I'd be back in bed. As we like to say, honking the shoes. I'd be honking shoes if it weren't for you. But I don't mind, I enjoy showing up to help you out because I know what it feels like to struggle with clutter, and not just clutter in your house, but maybe clutter in your head. And I also know how much better it feels to not have clutter, to not have things cluttering around. So I want to help you with that. Oh, there we go. Annoying ASM, a nervous system. I've been paying attention to mine since I've been listening to you. Very cool. So I got to share with you that the more I coach, the better I get. And I also get my own coaching. And this was something that was foreign to me. I was like, what do you mean? Nervous system? And then, boy, is that where it's at. This is the thing that reminds us we're human, is the ability to feel and feel a range of feelings, good feelings, bad feelings. Okay, this is how my brain works. So I know this is early on, but I wrote it down. So I'm taking a detour. I'm taking a pop culture detour because I think this will be funny. As I was saying, we feel feelings, the good, the bad, the in-between. And then my brain went, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life. Okay, this is even funnier because I did a video on TikTok here just for the heck of it because it was cracking me up of me doing the Laverne and Shirley theme song with a Philly accent, or as we were calling it last night when I was hanging out with some friends, some hoagie mouth. Okay, so the funny thing is that somebody who was at the table, Sarah was like, oh, you know what one's wicked funny to sing, and that's me being Boston and Philly, is the Facts of Life theme song done in a Philly accent. So that's where my brain went. But back to coaching. You take the good, you take the bad. You feel the feelings. We do things, we buy things to make us feel better, to make us feel safe, to make us feel a good feeling. Sometimes that works out, sometimes doesn't. We bring things into our home to make our lives easier. Sometimes it works out. Yay, I love having a cheese grater. Makes it easy to grate my cheese. But I also need to find a home for it. Because I want to be able to easily, and I'm all about ease, easily find the grater when I want to grate my cheese. Easily use it, so I want to get one that works well. And then when I'm done with it, after I clean it up, easily put it away so I can find it again. Easy, easy, easy. That's the functionality of it. So get curious. Let's get curious. Doing like, who is it? Tito Jackson, maybe? Jermaine. Get curious what your clutter is. Who, what, when, where, why. What your clutter is. And why it's there. And how it makes you feel. And if it doesn't make you feel good, good morning, Sheila, Chatty Cathy. If it doesn't make you feel good, let's change that. Because I don't want you to feel crappy about your stuff or because of your stuff. So if your stuff is making you feel bad, let's change what goes on with your stuff to make you feel better. Sound fun? May not sound fun to you. You're like, oh, I hate clutter, yada, yada. I think it's fun because I like to feel good. I like to feel better. Who doesn't want to feel better? Oh, you know when I feel better? Here, let me give you a perfect example. Feeling better, I just crossed my legs and my hip is like, whoa. That's why I'm so psyched that I have decluttered my schedule enough to take a yoga class this morning in between coaching sessions. Because I know I feel better when I stretch my body. I know I feel better when I stretch my brain, when I think about things. I feel better when I have expanded my nervous system capacity, when I have learned to do things that make me feel better all the time. So if your clutter is not making you feel good, let's get curious about it. What about the stuff in your house? Let's identify the problem, but then let's not just get into victim complaining mode. Let's use that not feeling good as an indicator of something that can be improved and changed. Now, Jennifer says, I need coffee. This is early, but you got me out of bed. All right, hun, get your coffee. I am drinking water because I was out last night, a rare Monday night gig, so I should probably benefit from hydrating. But yeah, make yourself comfortable. Get yourself coffee, maybe get your coffee, go back into bed. Trust me, I scroll on TikTok when I'm in bed. I scroll on TikTok, but sometimes, and it feels good. So if you feel good, when you feel good, here's a fun thing. When things are boring for me, when things are overly complicated, when somebody's using 10-cent words when a 5-cent word will do, I get bored and I tune it out. I don't listen and then I don't learn. So I like to keep things fun, playful, simple, making you laugh. When you laugh, when you're like open to things, if you're taking things seriously, my brain tends to clamp down and then it's almost like a dry sponge. Or like I always think about those like, what was it on never mind. It's like a Flintstones reference I got to figure out. But I think of like an armadillo. My brain closes down and then it's not absorbing info. But when you're lighting up, when you're like, oh, this is funny, I'm playing, I'm moving my body, I'm having fun, then you get like channels can open for you to learn something, to absorb information when it's fun. Now I'm thinking of the Fat Albert theme. But yes, human beings not doing. Yes, we learn best in play. That's why I love to play. As I joke with my husband, he's a musician. I say they don't call it working music, they call it playing music. So let's have some fun with it. But let's also get it done. I will say this, so to me, decluttering is fun. I like to make it fun for you. I show you how to make it fun for you because here's the deal. You are basically designing your own Barbie dream house. You're deciding what little plastic bed goes where, what goes where. You're designing your own life. Designing women. So, a couple of things to think about. First of all, think that you can do it. Before we even get to the destination, right here, this is the destination right here. Feeling like you can do it. You can. This is the beauty of decluttering. There are certain things in your life you may not have control over, but you have control over. You are the boss of the stuff in your house. Now don't boss it around. Your stuff helps you. Isn't this wicked funny? This is like a Bonnie Bell lip smacker a friend gave me. You can do something with your stuff. And the wonderful thing is it's not as difficult as you think. It's not. It can be easy and fun. It is easy and fun, at least the way I do it. I like to have things easy and fun. So before you even start, talk to yourself, and instead of saying, I can't do it, it's too hard, it's not going to work, shh. Quiet down that backseat driver. And instead, listen to me. For the next 50 minutes, it just went to 7:10 right now, 7 a.m. For the next 50 minutes, I am your co-pilot. For the next 50 minutes, how about this? I'm your bus driver. We're all on this crazy bus together, but we're going someplace fun. And this bus ride is fun. And you'll notice that when you make things fun, you tend to show up. Okay. I love this. Human beings not doing it is saying, I'm so tired. I haven't slept. I am so tired of walking around the stuff. Notice that. Dancing around the edges of things. Not dealing with it. And I'm not saying this in a judgy way, but not dealing with it. Just walking around it. Saying, I don't know what to do. I'll do it later. Whatever. This is where we get to have fun going through the stuff, because this is where you get curious and you learn about yourself. You learn why you are walking around it as opposed to dealing with it and getting out of your life. Getting it out of the way completely so you don't trip on it. The stuff in your house causes you to feel a feeling in your body. It's true. And when you feel a feeling, you move your body or not. You don't want to deal with it, you'll just take a detour. You'll go around it. You'll take the long way. As opposed to the direct route from your bedroom to the kitchen is this way, but there's piles you need to navigate. And instead of dealing with the piles and being able to easily and simply go through that, it's causing you to take time to do other things. Okay, yeah, Lisa, I totally get it. And you are so insightful. Lisa is saying, but that requires change, and I think I'm fearful of change. We all have a certain amount of fear of change. It is something that is hardwired into us to keep us safe from death. How simple is that? But notice there are things that we have a default fear of, but the default is keeping you stuck and cluttered. Not all change is justified by the fear. But when you notice that, then you can say, what am I really afraid of? And it's not like, what am I really afraid of? You can just get curious. All change isn't good or bad. Change can be wonderful. Oh my gosh, if I did not change the way I was thinking and feeling and acting, I would not be living a life that I love. I shudder to think what my life would have been if I did not dare to change. So keeping yourself safe is a certain thing. If anything I was saying was going to cause you death or dismemberment or true harm, I would not offer it. Okay? And change can be good. So just tell yourself, remind yourself, calm down your nervous system in a loving way. Like a little kid. This helps me, so I hope it'll help you. I think of the voices in my head as either the backseat driver, the scared backseat driver, a little kid in the car seat, not wanting to do something different, but wanting to go through the McDonald's drive-thru and get chicken nuggets and fries for the rest of your life. If you listen to that backseat driver and you allow them to influence where you're steering your life, you will be in the McDonald's drive-thru line. Over and over. Now I'm getting a Pee Wee Herman reference, but I'm not going to, trust me, it keeps spinning and spinning, okay? But if you don't want that, you can quiet them down. Shh, it's okay. We're not going any place scary. We're going to this place that has a really good different kind of food. You can stop and you can change what you're doing to get something you want. And there's a way you can do that that incorporates this whole nervous system thing. Because the stuff in your house makes you feel a certain way now. I would like to think it makes you feel delighted. I would like to make it think it makes you feel love and smile. But right now, if it's not that way, we can change it. Okay? Now, this is an interesting thing. Sheila is saying, I get easily distracted when going through stuff. Pictures, magazines, clothes, etc. We all do. But you can also notice that what distraction really is focusing, not focusing, nothing wrong with that, but noticing different things. Then choosing whether you act on it. Practicing focusing. There are times where it helps you to focus. Can you imagine if you weren't focusing and you're behind the wheel of your car? Woo, you're going everywhere. Practicing focusing, but also giving your chance to play with the stuff, looking at the old pictures, reading the magazines. There's time for all of that in this process, okay? So don't worry about the distraction. Notice when you get distracted, because when you notice, that's kind of when you put, as I like to say, like a little traffic cop hand up. Whoa, notice. I'm getting distracted right now. Is this getting me to where I want to go to? No. So let me get back on the road. Or, you know what, I'm kind of done. I just want to look at my stuff. How do you let go, Darlena's asking? By recognizing that not everything, because letting go is going to get you a life that feels better. When you know that letting go of this thing is going to give you a life that feels better, you're going to be more likely to easily let it go. But if you don't believe in that, you're going to hang on to the stuff. So notice that I only show up to make your life better. I'm not here being like, get rid of all your stuff, man. Like, don't do, you don't need that. Who am I to judge what you keep and what you... I would not want you to come to me and say, get rid of that. That's a bunch of crap. I want you to be able to decide, and this is even more powerful. This is why I'm a decluttering life coach, and I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. On here, on TikTok, on Zoom, all the places. I do one-on-one coaching, mailing list, yada, yada. But I show up in your life to let you know that decluttering can help you feel better. I'm not doing it to come here and beat you up. I would feel pissed off if you told me what to keep and what to throw away. But I want to empower you. I want to show you how to make decisions that make you feel good. And you can decide if you want to keep something or you release it. Okay? Yep. So human beings not doing is saying partly due to physical disability. That sucks. I'm sorry about that. Everything now takes longer and causes pain. Okay. Yes. And Darlene is saying the same thing. Let me help you with this. Now, first of all, notice your humanity first. You notice your human body. When it doesn't feel good, it makes things more difficult. I get that. That does suck. But this might help. Decluttering does not start with the physical movement of the stuff. Back up the process. It starts in your head and it starts with your heart. You make a decision about to do what you want to do that feels good. And then the wonderful thing is you can outsource the hand part. Hire a helping hand to move the things. So you can do a lot of decluttering in your head and you can write down this stuff and have somebody else do it. So I say that as an encouragement. Even if you physically aren't able to do the things, if you make the plan, you can have somebody else do it for you. Okay? There we go. Measured macros, you're talking my language. I work hard to create new neural pathways to be able to change. Yes. And how I like to say that, because I get that because I'm a certified life coach and I know all about that. I like to say, like, what you're doing. So right now, you are driving on a road that you've paved before already with your habits. So notice your habits are a paved road. Your paved road gets you a certain result. If you don't like where that road is going, you can stop driving on it. And as soon as you stop, immediately, other roads appear. A fork in the road will appear. And you can, but it's not paved yet. But you say, oh, you know what? If I drive down this road, this is where I'll go. And when you start thinking a different way, the more you drive down that road, the more you tramp down the grass, then it becomes a path, then it gets paved over. And then ideally, the habits you had that were unhelpful, weeds will begin to grow up on that road. So think about it in terms of roadways in your brain. The more you do something, the more you create a pathway. It's like walking, in the grass. It's like driving in a car. So the more you drive towards what you want and you get your brain practicing, saying, here I am, where do I want to go? And you go for it, it becomes habit. And it's a wonderful habit. Okay? So human beings not doing is saying, well, my plan is to bulldoze my bedroom to the trash. Go for it. Go for it. But what you may find is you bulldoze that stuff, you put it in a dumpster, you put all the stuff in your whatever, you get rid of it all. If you don't change what's in your head and your heart, you will probably start to accumulate stuff again. Because we bring things into our lives to feel better. But if you don't see that that's why you're doing it, you may continue that process. It's like overeating. We eat certain things to make ourselves feel better. To not feel hungry is a certain part, but also, ooh, this tastes good. Oh, you know what? I'm feeling bad. I'm going to reward myself with a snack. Oh, I'm feeling bad. I'm going to go out to Target and buy something. Can I tell you how proud I was yesterday of going to Target and putting on blinders, going past that like little $1 and $3 and $5 section? Because I get sucked into these things just as much as the next person. Okay? So just notice that your clutter tells a story. Is it a story you like to hear? Is the stuff in your house telling you a good story? If it does, maybe you want to find a place to display it. So every time you look at it, you feel a good story. You feel a good story. Notice I even said that. You feel a good story. You look at something, it makes you feel some way. If what you're looking at makes you feel bad, let's do something about it. And part of doing something about it is discovering why you are not doing something about it. And you're probably not doing something about it because of the way you feel. The way you're talking to yourself in your head makes you feel a certain way, and when you feel a certain way, you do a certain thing. Okay? Notice these things. And that's why I'm here. I do this with one-on-one clients. Actually, this is a timely thing. If you want to be a client, you can get onto my website, destinationdecluttered.com. There's a calendar you can sign up for, a consultation. I'm just checking the calendar right now, frankly, to see if I have some openings, and I do. Between now and next week, I've got a few days, and then my God, you guys, it's going to be July. July, and not just July, but July of 2024. How the frick did it get to be 24 years into the 2000s? Time flies. Time moves on whether you want it to or not. So I'm always thinking, man, I got to get on the ball. I got to start living the life I want to live before I die. Okay? What was I saying? Oh, this is me checking out. I get distracted too. My brain bops from thing to thing, but I know what to get back, because this is the point I was going to make, is the Destination Decluttered mailing list. It is free to sign up for, destinationdecluttered.com/join. The reason I'm mentioning it specifically right now is because one of the things I do for the people on my mailing list is we have a monthly free Zoom call. It's kind of a bit like a group coaching thing, and this month's group Zoom is tonight. It's tonight. Some of you on the mailing list, you maybe didn't get the updated ones. It was going to be on Thursday. It is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's kind of like this TikTok Live, only better, because we get to talk one-on-one. It's also typically a nice small group of people. It depends on who shows up. Everybody on the mailing list is welcome. But it's an opportunity for you to ask the questions that are in your brain, or share what's stopping you. Because what's stopping you is probably what's stopping somebody else. So if you're interested in that, get on the mailing list today. I'll send out the Zoom link, and we show up for an hour tonight, and it's awesome. So just wanted to mention that. Okay, so human beings not doing. This is really cool. So human beings, and the reason, just so, in case you're new here too, just to let you know that I record my TikTok lives, and then I upload them to Destination Decluttered on YouTube, so you can watch them, put them on in the background in the future. A lot of people have said that if they find it helpful to put on while they're decluttering. So this is one of the reasons why I always will be reading people's comments, because these comments that are going past us on the screen here live don't port over. Also, if people are listening today and they're getting you know the context with which I speak and the things I'm responding to. So human beings not doing is saying, I hate this place. That's words on the screen. It's words in your heads making you feel hate. I didn't choose this place. I hate it. So this clutter is just reminding me I hate this place. Notice you're reminding yourself of the hate. How about changing the clutter? Maybe you didn't choose the place, but could you make it better? You could change your clutter to make yourself feel better. If you choose to, and this is the great thing, you guys, this is all about what you want, what you decide to do, what you choose to do. You can choose to be cluttered in a place because you don't like it, making it worse. Or you could make yourself feel better in the place you are now by doing something different with your stuff. Okay? I hear Phil Collins, tonight, 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 whoa. Regina is saying, how do I join the mailing list? Sorry, I probably skipped over that. I talk wicked fast sometimes, and I don't even have caffeine in me. DestinationDecluttered.com is my website. On that, there's 2 places you can do it. It's wicked easy. There's a join page. It's got a little form on it. You just put your email in it. Boom, you're done. And then also at the very bottom of the homepage, the same form is there. Mailing, email list, email address, boom, you're done. Okay, you should immediately get a welcome email from me. That's just a standard thing. And then after that, today I will before tonight, I will send out a reminder with the Zoom link on it and all that. Okay. Yeah, and notice this. We until we get our thoughts out of our head, and as I like to say, onto paper, until we type something, until we write it down, until we speak it, sometimes we realize, wait, that doesn't make sense. But if you keep your thoughts up here, you don't have as much of an opportunity to change what you're doing. My God, I need to do some freaking yoga, people. Oh, so, yeah. This is what I like to see, and I like to keep things simple, so I like to use alliteration, destination decluttered. We talk about clutter, surface stored sentimental. Here's the one I'm thinking of right now, is notice the connection between your head, your heart, nervous system, and your hands. Because if you think something unhelpful, it makes you feel crappy, and you are less likely to do something that's going to change. You're going to keep your hands closed. You're not going to move stuff. But you can change what you tell yourself. You can change what you think. You can just rewrite the sentence in your head to something more helpful and practice saying that. Saying things that make you feel better. And when you feel better, you do better. And better is completely up to you. It's pretty simple. It's so simple, it almost seems like, nah, it couldn't work. I am freaking living proof of this. I have gotten coaching. I used to be stuck with clutter and thinking, well, this is it. I remember, oh my God, I remember being in my, granted, I listened to the Smiths, so that didn't help. But I was like, all right, well, I guess this is how things are. All right, well, maybe in my next life, it'll be better. And then the cool thing was, luckily at some point, and this is where I call your co-pilot. Remember I was talking about your backseat drivers? You have a co-pilot. I have a co-pilot. My co-pilot could not get a word in edgewise because my negative self-talk, my backseat drivers, my fearful backseat drivers talked so much. It's like, hey, and think of being in a car. You're the driver. You've got scared back little kids in the backseat. They won't be quiet. They're all, no, you can't, don't, what. Shh. Quiet the frick down. When you quiet them down, then you know who finally can speak up is your co-pilot. You have a co-pilot in your life too. You have a voice in you that says you deserve better. You want something different? Yeah, let's get that. You don't like how things are? Cool, let's change it. Let's do this. Let's live before we die. Let's do this. But you can't do that until you realize that interplay between the voices in your head. And the voices in your head tell you one thing, either no or yes. Don't do it or do it. Fear or love. And you can choose. Joe Dispenza is with you. Whoa, hey, Mr. Dispenza. I've heard of him. I think he's on the TikToks and stuff. I like to think of it in a car because we're always in a car. We're Americans. We did not know, we are a car-based society. I used to drive on road trips. This is why I have this little road trip metaphor. I call my coaching Destination Decluttered because I've written books. Actually, that reminds me, I have to mail a book to somebody. Book. See, I'm getting a thought out of my head and onto paper so I don't forget. Okay. Kelly, let me help you with this. Kelly is saying, I need to downsize, combining 2 houses soon, but notice how you talk to yourself. It is a daunting task. Daunting, Johnny. This is my Boston accent. Daunting. Maybe a bit overwhelming. I always think of the word overwhelm because then you can chunk that down. Notice when it feels daunting, you're probably not starting doing it. When it feels overwhelming, It may be like, oh, this is going to be a lot. It's like saying I'm going to drive from coast to coast. Oh, that's a lot of miles. I got to do that. Woof. Let's make it fun. Notice when you're combining two houses and downsizing, pretend you're creating your own Barbie dream house. What are the things you want to put in your Barbie dream house and what are the things you don't want in it? Now is a wonderful opportunity for you to shed, to cull out, to release the things that no longer work for you. The stuff that's weighing you down. Combining two households is a wonderful thing. Oh, you have a cheese grater, I have a cheese grater. Which one works better? I like mine, you like yours. Maybe we only need one. Awesome. You know? So notice when you say it's going to be daunting, you might feel a certain way, and then you might do a certain thing. How about this is going to be fun? Ooh, this is going to be fun. This isn't going to be as bad as I think it is. This could be a really cool opportunity. This is a wonderful, I use the word excuse. This could be a great excuse for me to get rid of the stuff I don't want and only keep what I do want. Playing a game, even pretending you're moving. If you were moving from the house you have now into your Barbie dream house, what are the things you would take with you to decorate and fill your dream house? And what is the stuff that you would happily leave behind? Turn your own house right now into your own Barbie dream house. Because you've already identified what you don't want right now. Let go of that, and then suddenly Seymour is standing beside you. Suddenly, the wheels are in motion. You can change your home right now into your Barbie dream house. Yes, I'm Gen X. Okay? Yeah, Kelly, notice. You're keeping yourself stuck by thinking it's daunting. How about thinking something different? This could be easy. When you think of more helpful thought, it makes you feel better. And when you feel better, you are more likely to get into motion, to take an action, to do a thing. When you're not, you feel stuck. Again, you're stuck on the side of the road, spinning your wheels. You're not moving towards that destination of that wonderful combined household. Yes, emotional attachment will totally be the issue at a certain level. Peace, love, XOXO. Totally agree with you. This is why I have categorized, the way I coach, categorizing clutter into 3 different layers: surface, stored, sentimental. And the sentimental stuff is what the stuff you have an emotional attachment to. But notice even that phrase, emotional attachment. You have attached an emotion to a thing. A thing. I've attached an emotion to it, but you can detach the emotion and then it just becomes a thing again. And then you can keep the emotion if you wanted to. You can let go of it. You can decide it. Okay? Barbie Dream House doesn't have to sound expensive. No. How do you want your home to look? Keeping the things you love in your home and displaying them or doing something, finding a home for your stuff that you like, taking care of your toys, makes it enjoyable. It can be whatever you want it to be. It's completely up to you what your home looks like and feels like and functions like. There we go. Cat Mama got my Cliff Richards and Olivia Newton-John. Hell yeah, I'm a Gen Xer of an age. Next thing you know, I'll be singing the whole Xanadu soundtrack if you don't watch it. Okay, user 2428 says, sometimes letting go of things requires letting go of dreams. Or not. Or not. How about having the dream? How about making our dreams come true? Make your dreams come true. What's the dream? If you're letting go of something, it's just a thing. You don't have to let go of your dreams. I am living proof of that. I dreamt when I was 9 years old, when I was watching the Monkees in the Beatles movies on the Sunday thing. Those boys are cute. I like that music. Look at how fun their house is. I want that. Now, it took me X many years to start living that, but I am living a life I love that I dreamt of. My dreams are different from yours. That's okay. What are your dreams? Some dreams don't come true. That's okay, but other ones do. Okay? Other ones do. All right. Now, that one persona is considering hiring a house cleaner due to a super busy work schedule and having trouble keeping up. Awesome. You know what is a great thing about hiring somebody to clean your house? This is something I was thinking about. I think about clutter all the time because I'm always coaching and always trying to think of ways to present this info to you so it sparks something so you take action to live your Barbie dream life. And getting somebody to come in and clean your house gives you external accountability. Anybody ever heard of cleaning for the cleaner? Yeah. You're not cleaning. Cleaning and decluttering are two different things. But decluttering and cleaning are similar in the fact that you are removing something you don't want from your home. Cleaning removes the dirt and the trash and the dust. Cleaning removes that. Decluttering removes the stuff in your house that you don't want. Those two things combined are wonderful. My house is decluttered and I have the right amount of stuff in my house, but boy, do I have dust. Because I don't like dusting and I have yet to find somebody to come in and do it. But it's okay. I do some dusting and it feels good to me. Okay? Yeah, there we go. But feel like I have to straighten up before someone comes in. Not just straighten up. How about declutter? Yeah, because only you can prevent forest fires and only you can make decisions about what stays in your house and what goes. A cleaning person cannot do that. That's why I help you with that decision. That's why I do one-on-one coaching. That's why I do these TikTok lives to show you, to even introduce, to plant a seed in your head. I'm not coming in and forcefully planting it, but I show up with seeds to say, would you like to plant this thought in your head? Here, have it. Have this thought. You get to choose what's in your house and what isn't. And you can choose it by the way it makes you feel. Keep the things that make you feel good. Remove the things that don't. Boom. Wicked easy. Wicked easy to say. Not necessarily easy to do, but also not as hard as you think. Okay, Lori L is saying, I can't get rid of the sentimental stuff for anything. Cool, then don't get rid of it. Nobody says you have to. But you can decide what you keep, what you let go of. You decide. But the thing about sentimental things, notice this. We talked about sentimental, emotional attachment. You have a thing that tells a story to you. But the story and the thing are two different things. You've attached a story to it. You've attached some emotion to it. You can also detach the story and the emotion and choose to remember the story or forget it, or remember a feeling or forget it. You can keep the story but lose the stuff. You can write down the story. You can choose one item that represents the story as opposed to 50 million things. But you get to choose. It's completely up to you. Okay? So notice this stuff. Just notice that the way you think and feel has gotten you to where you are in your life so far. You are here. This little thing behind me is like a little, quick. I always know when I need a haircut because I'm having to shrink down here. I just got my haircut done. You are here on a map. You have driven on certain roads. You got here by thinking and feeling and doing. If you like here in your life, you're good. If not, you can do something different moving forward. You can choose another road. You can choose another thought. You can choose another feeling. You can choose another action. But the choice is yours. Yeah, there we go. Lori is saying taking photos helps. Yeah, taking a photo. This is a wonderful time we live in. Is the fact that we live in a time where we can digitize things. We can take not just a mental snapshot, but a digital snapshot that then does not create a box of snapshots. Sure, it creates digital clutter, and there are certain ramifications about digital clutter, but it's different than being surrounded 24/7 by piles of stuff that make you feel like crap, that tell you you're a bad person, that I don't have my act together. I'm such a mess. Look at this. A cluttered home usually can be the sign of a creative mind, that you're out doing other things. But just notice, and maybe I'm wrong, prove me wrong, and that the way your house looks makes you feel a certain way. Do you like how your home makes you feel? If you do, Awesome. If you don't, let's change it. That's why I coach. I love to change things that aren't working. I love to solve problems because life is easier when things work out. It is so easy. Let me extol the virtues of living in a decluttered home. Your mood gets better. Your personal relationships get better. How you spend your time. You have more time to spend on the things you want, your hobbies. You'll probably have more money to spend too, because you're not buying duplicates. You're not buying storage. You're not spending money on external storage. You know, you have more time and space for relaxation and hobbies. It will probably help your career too. There are so many ways in which just learning how to declutter and decluttering your home makes your life easier and feeling better. You know? Yeah, some of the storage items are so expensive. Yeah, no, seriously? Yeah, better health, less anxiety. Yeah, some storage items are so expensive, but others of them are dirt cheap. Seriously, do you order things from Amazon? I have a bunch of cardboard boxes in my basement. I use those for temporarily sorting things until I buy something to store them in. And you know what? As a professional declutterer and an organizer, I go to Target and I buy like these clear plastic totes after I have decluttered. And you know, here's the thing I will share with you. I have gotten so decluttered that I have leftover totes because I thought initially in part of my life, I thought the solution was more storage. No. The process is to decide what you want, and then after you feel good about what you're storing, then create the storage around it. Don't buy the storage beforehand. Do not. It is a waste of money. There is a part of the process. This is a process. It's a roadmap. You go from here to there in certain steps. There is a point in the process where you will benefit from having a place to store your items. But that's after you have decluttered them and made a decision of what you keep and what you decide to get rid of. You know? Kay Laney is asking tips to recognize when we are cluttering, how to keep it managed before it gets too big. Love this. Love this. How to keep it managed. Managing your stuff. So this is when you notice when the clutter is starting to pile up. I have started to use the Destination Decluttered Facebook page as a kind of a blog, a little bit more of a long form thing. And I say this because on Sunday, what I called, and I came up it was so funny. I can't remember what client it was. I met with a bunch of people yesterday. Putter and declutter. So putter around your house. Notice the things that are where they shouldn't be, according to you. Things that are not in their homes. That's what clutter is, items, but clutter is also a way of, things can be cluttered up. I feel like I should read the thing in the dictionary. But things can look cluttery when they are not where they're supposed to be, according to you. So take a look at a surface. Are the things on your kitchen table, do they live there? Is that their home? Or do they live somewhere else? Recognize the clutter, and then if it lives there, it's not clutter. If you've chosen to keep it and chosen a home, then put it in its home. But that deciding is something that usually is what jams people up with clutter. So Kay Laney, every day, just do a little bit, 2 minutes, just walking around your house, put stuff back where it belongs. Love lift us up where we belong. Put things back where you have decided they live. Do it a little bit at a day and it won't pile up again. But the funny thing is when I start to work with clients, and you probably have this yourself, if you are a cluttered person, you and I are dealing with a giant mound of clutter that's been built up over decades. So we need to knock down the clutter a bit by bit, step by step, and KOTB, but then you introduce new habits so it doesn't pile up again. So how you stop a pile from growing is you stop it when it's small and you put things away. You make decisions. Should I stay or should I go? Does this belong here? No. Where does it go? It goes in its home. And the more you start putting things back, you just are creating a new habit that stops it from being as cluttery as before. okay? It can be easy. It is easy. Let me talk to your nervous system. Hey, little kid in the back seat, this isn't as hard as you think. And the cool thing is when we do this, then our house looks and feels better like all the time. So if you want to invite friends over to play, you can open the door to them. When you want to sit on the floor and play a board game, the floor is cleared. You know where your board games are. All the pieces are in the board game box. Then you put it away, and then the next time somebody comes over, the game of life, you're playing that, you know where all the little pegs are, all the stuff. You take the time to put things away nicely so the next time you go use them, it works well for you. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun because every time your eye lands on something, it says love. I love that. I love that. I love that. I like you. This is good. This feels good. Let's go. Let's do this. And when you feel that way from looking at your stuff, you're going to walk around feeling good. And man, walking around feeling good, you're walking on sunshine. It has a positive ripple effect. You feel good. You're saying, hey, neighbor, you know, you're feeling good. You let somebody in traffic. You're feeling good. You help somebody out. You feel good. Heck, you just feel good. Who doesn't want to feel good? I want to feel good, and I do. And when I feel good, it helps other people. If I wasn't feeling good, I'd still be in bed. I'd be sleeping, I'd be scrolling, but I feel good. And when I feel good, I do good. You can do it too. Okay, Lace 168, let me help you with this because this is where everybody starts, but let me help you with this. Lace is saying, it's so overwhelming. I have bad anxiety and it's hard to start. Yes, 100%. When you are feeling anxious, notice, let's break this a sentence apart because this is what we do. We take it slow and we get curious. It is overwhelming. That is a sentence you typed, and it's a sentence in your head, excuse me, that is causing you to feel overwhelmed in anxiety, anxious. So let's start there. How can you feel less anxious? Notice anxiety is a feeling, a physical feeling brought on by a thought of it's overwhelming or the view of, oh my gosh, there's so much here. Overwhelm means too much, not just right. When you feel just right, you feel just right. You're not anxious, whatever. Anxiety and overwhelm is caused usually by the concept of too much. So overwhelm, I'm in over my head. I'm looking at all of this and I'm down here and it's up there. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Notice where my hands went? Let's do something about that overwhelm. Let's move your hands. Instead of over, let's move it over, move it down. Let's slow down. Okay, Lace, take some breaths. Breathe down. Just think of the word down. I will show all the ways down. Pet down. Put your hand down on your heart. Breathe down into your lungs. Slow down your breathing. Quiet down your voice. Slow down how you're speaking to yourself. Breathe down again. Slow down, calm down. And another thing that's going to help you is to say, when I feel overwhelmed, I get myself feeling better, less anxious, and when I get less anxious, I'm more likely to be able to start. Always deal with this part first. If you're anxious, deal with the anxiety first, but do something about the anxiety. When you feel less anxious, when you're calming down, when you're slowing down, you're going from overwhelm, the opposite. Think of the opposite of over is down. Every time you think overwhelm and feel overwhelmed, think of the word down and all these downs. Then when you feel better, another down is going to help you. As opposed to looking at all of it, realize you can chunk it down. Chunk it down. Start small, says Linda de la Cruz. Yes, I forget to breathe, literally. Thank God our physical bodies remember to breathe, because if I had to do it myself, I would forget myself. But we tend to breathe automatically, but when you do conscious, deep, slow breathing down into your lungs, shake it off. Shake off the anxiety. Move your body. Disseminate that. Usually when you're frozen and stuck, move it. Do the opposite. It's a wonderful new dance, everybody. It's called the opposite. And then one of the most powerful things is to chunk it down. Don't look at all of it. Focus on one little bit and start there. Focusing on one little bit can help you not be stuck and start moving. And the smaller you chunk it down, the easier it is going to get you to start. And starting is usually the hardest thing to do. But once you get started, you'll realize, oh, hey, I can do this. You know, I can put stuff where it belongs. I can make this decision. I can do this. And when you show yourself you can do it and you practice this, the next time you feel anxious, instead of being like, I don't know what to, but I do know what to do now. Because Destination Decluttered, Beth said, when I feel overwhelmed, I have a thought of overwhelm. This is too much. I'm overwhelmed. I'll never get done. There's so much. I will never. This takes too long. This is going to be hard. Shh. Shh. Quiet down, little kids in the back seat. Scared little kid. Shh. Quiet down. With love, calm down, quiet down, slow down, breathe down. Quiet down, breathe down, all the downs. And when you feel better, start small. Start the smallest, comically small. What's something you can do? 5 minutes. It's 7:51. What could I do in 3 minutes? When you get into action, when you get out of freeze and into action, that's how the magic happens. Okay? It is that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Your brain wants to complicate it. Remind yourself to breathe. Quiet down your body, your nervous system. Talk to yourself with love. Like a little scared kid in the back seat. That's where the anxiety comes from. If you listen to that anxiety and you write down what it says, it's fear, 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 fear. And it's trying to keep you safe by staying stuck. But safe and stuck is not where you want to be, is it? No. You want to be somewhere different. You want to be at Destination Decluttered. So what you need to do is quiet down that little kid. Shh, it's okay. We're doing something good here. Nothing to worry about. No need to be anxious. No. Quiet down, slow down. You know? Ellen, happy to join you on your morning walk. Quiet down, slow down. Deal with this. Pay attention to your nervous system. Pay attention to your heart. Listen to your heart. When your heart is in it, when you want to do it, you can do something. But when it's all like zing, wah, jazz hands, prickly, hackles raised, that's not a good place to get behind the wheel and drive. When you feel better, notice I said when you feel better, you're going to do better. And when you feel better, you're going to feel better. And this is the whole reason we do any of this stuff, is to feel better. Calm down your nervous system. Then you're going to be more willing to say, I'm going to let that thing go that I don't want anymore. I'm going to put away that thing. I can do this. I can do this. I want to do this. I get to do this. Yeah. Anxiety is a horrible thing, but you can do something about it. Don't let it be a death sentence. Don't let it be keeping you stuck. Get moving. I didn't know anything about it until the pandemic. Yeah. Yeah, we all learn things. But you know what? When you learn about something, then you can do something about it. I didn't realize for the first 20, 30, 40 years of my life how anxiety, how I was raised by an anxious person, caused me to be anxious. But I found out that it's a feeling that you can do something about. You can shake it off. You can breathe it off. You can calm it down. You can change how you feel. And it starts with doing those physical things, but also talking nicer to yourself. Okay? Yeah, we are bigger than our anxiety. Yeah, it has a lot to do with it, but noticing where you come from. It was funny. So I was hanging out with my mother recently because I've been helping her with her clutter. And she literally said, I think I was born a nervous wreck. And I was like, yeah, you probably were, because maybe you were raised by an anxious person. She has this insight. She's 83 years old, and I'm like, oh, lady, if you only knew. I agreed with her because I was, yes, and I look back to evidence of where I was taught to be anxious. I saw people being anxious, so I thought it was the way. There's another way. I'm not saying there aren't things you should be anxious about. Anxiety is your body on alert that something might be dangerous. 9 times out of 10, there's no danger, and especially with clutter. But you're going to have thoughts. Oh yeah? What if I throw that thing away? What if I give it away and I need it? What if I wasted money on that thing? What if I regret that thing? What if I lose weight and I don't have clothes to wear? What if? You're thinking of all the things that go wrong if you do it? How about focusing on what could go right? How will your life improve when you learn a process to declutter your home and life? It will feel better. It will. You'll feel better. Your mood, your physical space. I have space. I live in a tiny home, not a tiny home, but I live in a small home. But I have a space that I can go lay down and stretch on my rug when I'm feeling better. I feel better physically. I can even just breathe better in my life, in my home, because of less stuff. There's more room to breathe and stretch out. My relationships are better because my husband and I are always not bickering about clutter. I spend my time doing what I want. I have time and space for the hobbies I want. It's making my career awesome. I spend money. I save money because I'm decluttered, because I know exactly what I have and I use what I have. And when I run out of stuff, I go buy it, but I don't hoard things. Okay? Yeah. It feels better to be decluttered. Don't you want to feel better? If you don't, that's fine. Keep on scrolling. Scroll on. That's cool. But if you want to feel better, decluttering will help you get there. Yeah, Lori, notice the anxiety, the PTSD of losing 80% of your stuff to Hurricane Irene. And then after that stressful thing, you're afraid. You want to hang on to your stuff. Just notice it. Notice where it's coming from. The call is coming from inside the house, people. We think it's outside. We think, oh, I need to buy this stuff out there, and I buy the stuff. No. The cool thing is like, and this is not to turn into a commercial for my coaching, but I will say this, investing in coaching helps you deal with what's on the inside. And this is where the magic happens. This is where the game changes. When you think different and feel different, you do different. What you're doing now has got you to where you are. If you like that, that's great. Awesome. Yay, good for you. Keep on doing the stuff that's working. But the stuff that you're doing and thinking and feeling that isn't working for you, you can change it. Okay? How do you learn anxiety from a parent? You observe people reacting to certain situations. You hear what they say and how they talk about stuff. My mother had dental anxiety like nobody's business. She still does. I remember going to the dentist when I was a little kid. My mother brought us to the dentist because she grew up poor and they didn't go to the dentist, so she changed it with us. But little pitchers have big ears, people. Think of what you heard people say. I heard stories, horror stories about the dentist. I wasn't experiencing it for the first hand. So the first time I got into the dentist chair, I was freaking out because I was told, I heard that it was going to be painful and scary. That's how you learn it. But you can unlearn it. Yeah. And notice these things. You can do something different about it. It might not hurt. Okay? Miss Prentice got some stuff done. Okay, yes. Grandparents living through the Depression, World War II. Yeah. Going without. When you come from nothing, you think, and you get to okay, you think more will be better. You are fearful that it may be taken away from you. Fear keeps us holding on to things. I show up like your co-pilot in love for you and where you want to go, not where you've been. We use that to inform us, but where do you want to go? What do you want your house to look like? This is why I coach. This is why I show up on TikTok. Now, speaking of coaching, I have a coach that I have a client I'm meeting with literally in a minute. So I'm going to hop off TikTok, but I want to leave you with this. Get on the Destination Decluttered email mailing list if that sounds appealing to you. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. If you want me to be your coach, you can also sign up there. I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? But you can do this. You can dance if you want to, and you can change if you want to, all right?